Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. Although we are therapists, this podcast is not therapy and does not replace working with your own therapist. Everything shared here is for general education and conversation only.
Welcome back to Twenches Girls. I'm Dobby,
And I'm Christina.
and we're two therapists who spend 40 hours a week helping others navigate their lives, and the other 128 hours wondering we're doing ours entirely wrong. It feels so true every day. How are you, Manner?
I'm doing well. I'm fresh off of a vacation, so I'm feeling refreshed. So I'm good.
Yes,
How
I'm
are
so
you?
happy to hear that. Well, you were missed.
Thank you. Miss you
Um,
too.
it feels like we did take a little break. We did pre-record some of our episodes to have a little break during the summer, but yeah, we're back, and I'm glad that you're back and you had a great time.
Yeah, had a good time. I think I have a nice tan thanks to you. You shared your oil with me. But it's what is it? It's sun safe,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Sun safe.
yeah.
So yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. I am happy. The summertime is always a good time for me. I focus on the little things and everything brings me joy.
Yeah.
Not that my life is peachy, but I
Yeah.
just love summer.
Yeah, there's something about just the summer hours, the weather, everything.
Yeah. Okay. So today we can say that it's a bit of a heavy topic.
Mhm.
Today we're going to talk about IVF.
Again.
And yes, again, when hope hurts, the expectations and knowing when to let go. And this came up after we both read this article on the New Yorker, and it was quite interesting. And it mainly talks about women who have pursued IVF after age 40, 45, and one in particular who she pursued 11 rounds of IVF after age 45, and she spent more than $250,000.
Wow.
Multiple surgeries, multiple failed embryo transfers, years of emotional, physical, and financial investment. And ultimately, she still did not bring home a baby.
Talk about anxiety.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think for both of us reading it obviously was heartbreaking, not only as women, but just feeling for her as a human. And not because she made the wrong decision, not because she hoped, but because you could feel how desperately she wanted motherhood.
Yeah. And if you have experience in infertility, pregnancy loss, or IVF, you know that it's not just a medical process. It's grief, it's hope, it's waiting, it's constantly asking yourself, what if one more try is the one?
Yeah. So I guess let's dive into the spiraling. So anxiety has an interesting relationship with hope. Most people think that anxiety is all fear, but sometimes anxiety will tell us, don't quit yet. What if next month is different? What if this doctor knows something the others don't? So all these open-ended questions, and hope itself isn't unhealthy. Hope is beautiful,
Yeah.
but it does get people through incredibly difficult seasons. The problem becomes when hope becomes fused with that certainty. So when we start believing, if I keep trying long enough, I have to get the outcome I want, and unfortunately, life doesn't work that way.
Yeah. And why does this story matters? One thing that the article highlighted is something that we don't talk about enough, I would say. Many fertility clinics, they continue to offer treatment because technically there still is a possibility. But possibility, it's not the same as probability.
Mm.
Success rates using a person's own eggs decline dramatically in the mid 40s. And by age 45, the chance of success becomes extremely low. Yet, there's no universal regulation requiring clinics to stop treatment or present those statistics in the same way.
Yeah, which I assume creates an incredibly difficult situation because the medicine exists to offer that hope. Like this woman, I'm sure she continued to have that hope. And the medicine also has the ethical responsibility to provide realistic expectations. And like we always say, two things can coexist, two things can be true. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's go into our therapy insights. And one thing that we see in therapy is something that's called sunk cost thinking. And that is, I have already invested this much money. Might as well keep going. I mean, that's how I think
Mhm. Yeah.
as well. I know that we shouldn't be laughing about this, but it is true. Sunk cost thinking. It's the belief that because we have already invested so much, we have to keep going. If you
Mhm.
have already spent years and you have already spent thousands and you have already sacrificed everything, especially when it comes to IVF, it's so sacrificial, not only financially, but emotionally. And it takes such a toll on your body. So stopping would mean that it was all for nothing. And continuing the process itself, it doesn't erase the previous pain. Stopping doesn't erase previous love. Neither the decision changes how truly you really want motherhood. So it's challenging. It's very challenging to truly know when to stop.
Yeah. And another psychological process that happens is called intermittent reinforcement. And that's when occasional success stories keep us believing
Mhm.
that we're next. So we've all seen the headlines. I got pregnant naturally at 47. Who's that famous woman that just got pregnant at 45? Cameron Diaz?
No,
No?
Cameron Diaz had surrogates, but there
Someone?
yeah, there's so many. There's so many. One of them that comes to mind is, well, right now, Anne Hathaway at age
Oh,
43.
yeah.
It's beautiful, it's wonderful. Natalie Portman at age 45. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. Giselle Bundech, I know that I botched her last name,
Mm.
but she had a baby in her late 40s as well. One that does come to mind, and I appreciate her. Oh, Janet Jackson had a baby at 50.
Whoa.
Another one, Hilary Swank. I know I said her name incorrectly, but
Swank,
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 thank you.
tomato, tomato.
Yeah, tomato, tomato. What I appreciate, obviously, celebrities don't owe us anything, but what I appreciate from her is that she was honest. She did say that she froze her eggs at age 36 or 37
Mm.
and had twins at 48. So, yes, her body was able to carry at age 48, and that's incredible and beautiful and wonderful, but her eggs were age 37.
Right.
And that's what many people, well, they don't owe us anything, but we become so amazed by these stories
Mhm.
because th- they are memorable, and they're memorable because they're uncommon. Like, it doesn't commonly
Mhm.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Our brains don't remember statistics. They remember stories, especially the hopeful ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to say that please don't hear today's episode as us telling anyone to stop trying. That decision belongs to you, to your family, your values, your finances, and your emotional capacity.
Yeah, exactly. And this episode isn't about judging anyone's path. It's about asking, are you making decisions from informed hope or from that stopping or from the fear that stopping means giving up on yourself, which I assume and imagine just even hearing this is causing a lot of anxiety. And this is why we're focusing on it because it can be such an anxiety provoking topic to think about and to talk about.
Absolutely. And it's it's not easy, and we know. Something else that many people don't talk much about is the emotional cost of infertility.
Mhm.
We all hear how challenging it is financially, what a toll it takes on your body, but infertility just does not affect your body. It affects your identity, it affects your relationships, your friendships, your finances, your faith, your sense of time, and even your confidence.
Yeah. What happens is the losses are often invisible. People don't always recognize the grief that comes along with infertility and IVF and other treatments because there is no funeral, there's no bereavement leave. It's just another appointment after appointment after appointment, another injection and a negative and sometimes another negative phone call.
Yeah. So, when does hope become harmful? And this is probably the most difficult question that one can ask themselves. Hope becomes harmful when it no longer leaves room for your life. When every decision, every dollar, every relationship, every vacation, and every conversation becomes centered around one outcome, around, okay, we can go away because we need to be around for this IVF cycle, or this needs to happen, or I have too many medical appointments. I need to be close because I will have a procedure on next day. So it's quite challenging.
Yeah. And then I guess we can ask the question, what if letting go isn't giving up? So one sentence from therapy that tends to stay with us is sometimes acceptance isn't giving up. It's making room for another version of your life. And acceptance doesn't mean you wanted this. It doesn't mean it feels fair. Acceptance truly just means that you're no longer fighting the reality every minute of every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, with that, we're going to transition into something lighter, which is our favorite segment of the week, which were our anxiety wins and our guilty pleasures. So, madam, what was your anxiety win this week?
Mine was, hmm, I did have some intrusive thoughts throughout the week. I think not being at work for a week and then coming back is just sometimes it's stressful. So I was able to kind of quiet those the intrusive thoughts and kind of reframe the negative thoughts and reality check myself. So that was a pretty big deal. And then, oh no, you share yours and then I'll share my guilty pleasure.
Well, I would say that I had quite similar ones. This past week, I did have some intrusive thoughts that I do not want to speak into existence. So
Yeah.
just challenging them and doing a lot of reframing, it was what kept me alive.
Yeah. So we have similar ones this week.
Yeah. Guilty pleasures, which was yours?
My
What
guilty
brought you
pleasure.
joy this week?
Well, I started actually last night. I think you were the one that told me, and my mom told me to watch this Four Seasons.
Yes, it's so
Oh
good.
my gosh, I'm obsessed. I think I watched the whole season yesterday.
It's so wholesome. You know what I love the most about it? That this is about women in their 40s, in their 50s,
Yeah.
and they're extending so much grace to one another.
Yeah.
And no spoilers, but they're extending everyone makes mistakes, everyone does things that are not right. Some people try to be perfectionists and life itself cannot be planned to the T. Some things are going to go wrong. And having friends that are going to extend grace to you,
Mhm.
you don't see that often. Like many times we judge.
We do judge, and that's why I love that friend group because they do get into their little arguments,
Yeah.
and I was shocked, I'm not gonna spoil it, but what happens at the end of the season, I did not see that coming. I
Oh,
was
really?
heartbroken.
Oh, yeah. Well,
What a spoiler.
no, I didn't. Well, it's based on a book. So I had an idea of what the
Okay.
plot was,
I had no idea.
but yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway, that was my guilty pleasure that consumes, like, 4 hours of my time
yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, something else that I loved about the show,
Mm.
how nice everything is. And it
Oh.
was actually filmed in Nantucket, so all the
Mm.
views, you know that we love Cape May, so it reminded me of Cape May.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, the house, just the scenery, everything, like, I loved it. I love watching nice things,
Yeah.
that are aspirational.
Yeah. That's a good one. What about you?
Oh, I haven't said it?
No.
Okay, that's one of them. The other thing was watching The Odyssey. The Odyssey came out this past weekend. It's such an incredible film. It was 3 hours long, and I didn't even feel it. Like, I was like, "Whoa."
Mm.
It was it was breathtaking. It was such a good film. It's the best film of this year.
Really? I feel like also it's an anxiety one in itself being able to be present for 3 hours.
Christina,
A
but the
movie.
film was that good that I didn't even feel it. I also made sure to go to a good theater with good seats, good
Mhm.
reclining seats, like, I was comfortable
That's good.
for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's important.
Oh my gosh. Anyhow, the takeaway.
Mhm.
So, if today's episode resonated with you, we want you to remember that hope and acceptance are not enemies, and you can carry both. Remember when we always say two things can be true at the same time?
Mhm.
It could never feel greater as of right now. You can carry both acceptance
Yeah.
and hope.
And if you're navigating infertility, IVF, any other treatments, pregnancy loss, or making those impossible decisions, please know that your worth has never depended on an outcome. You are not more valuable if treatment works, and you are not less valuable if it does not.
Yes, indeed. And thank you all for spending time with us today. And if this conversation meant something to you, we would love you to share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if you are enjoying Two Anxious Girls, please leave us a rating and review. And thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
See ya. Bye.
Bye bye.